Hi, this is Jessie Ann Nichols George, and today what I wanted to do was to just bring to you a little bit of an aspect on a topic that I am calling How to Get Everything by Doing Nothing. And I'm sure right there that's appealing to a lot of people. Awesome, I can get everything that I want by doing absolutely nothing. And most people put so much effort into getting the things they want, and then they wonder, why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this happen for me? Why is it not coming through for me? Why does it take so much effort? And it doesn't have to. That's the really cool thing about it. So I want to delve into that a little bit today, because this is the art of conquering our addictions and our obsessions. And this is a really valuable thing to do, because so many times we are in that space of addictions and obsessions and we don't even realize that we're there. We don't even realize that we've entered that space. And one of the easiest ways that we do this, and I'm sure everybody has been in this space at some point in their life, is that we go into this place where maybe you've done it, you think about something constantly, or someone, right? You're entering into a new relationship and they're on your mind all the time. Or you're trying to get a new job and you're thinking about, where am I going to go? Where am I going to apply? What am I going to do? What should I be wearing? Am I doing the right thing? Should I upgrade my resume? Should I, make some shifts and changes that way? And so you're obsessing. And we would not necessarily think about ourselves obsessing. It's just like, oh, this person must be my destiny, or this job must be my destiny, because it's consuming my mind. And then when that doesn't come through for them, they tend to get very heavy and very depressed and things like that. And it weighs them down, because they had all these hopes and they had all these dreams and they had all these visions going on. And then all of a sudden, everything's gone. And they're wondering, what happened? Where did it all go? So what happens when we start thinking about something all the time, whether it's something good, whether it's something that's not favorable for us, it doesn't serve us, because we have actually entered the space of obsessions and addictions at that point. And when we enter that place, what happens is it puts us into a space of deprivation. And when we're in deprivation, and that puts us into poverty consciousness as well. And most people are thinking, oh my gosh, this is a big thing. Yes, because whenever I'm obsessing about something, it seems like everything else doesn't come through. And we have to be careful of this, because those obsessions, they're related, for example, to our root chakra, which is the very first chakra right at the tailbone of our body, and that governs those addictions and obsessions, and it also governs our money. So this is not a good thing. It also governs relationships a lot of times. So when we get in those obsession spaces, it's almost like the shadow part of the root chakra in a certain sense, because it's something that we need to release and overcome. So the question then becomes for a lot of people, how do I do that? How do I overcome the so-called shadow? How do I overcome the addiction and the obsession space? Well, what we want to do is we want to stop. And we want to pause for just a moment. Just focus in there. And what we're going to do is, instead of letting our mind continue to obsess on these things, is we're going to stop and we're going to find our power within us. Now, some people can visualize things. Some people just simply feel them. They tune into them. Whatever works for you is fine. But the key is stop, breathe, connect with your power. Okay? And this is yourself. This is your real, pure essence self that we're connecting with. And this is the self that has no worries. It has no real thoughts to it. This might come because you might maybe reflect or recall a picture of a time that you were powerful, or reflecting an innocent period in your life where you felt strong and confident. Or this can simply just be being still and tuning into your pure essence of who you are. Because that is incredibly powerful, because when we tune into our pure essence, what we're doing is we're tuning into our creator self. So now we start to shift the energy. So instead of being in the space of deprivation and poverty mentality and the obsessions and the addictions, which is also controlling victim patterns in it, what we're doing is we're now stepping into our abundant state. We're stepping into our manifestation energy, and we're stepping into our own inner creator of things. And we automatically shift over to this abundance from the poverty. We automatically shift over from the victim space to the empowered space of things. Our soul self, our soul voice is what we're listening for when we're tuning in. And what is that soul voice saying? It's not worrying about everything. It's saying, stop. Just look at this moment. Focus on this moment. And there's nothing in that moment at all. Nothing there. So literally by doing nothing, we're going to be able to create everything. Because when we get in that obsession space, what happens is we're repelling it away. It's like we're that side of the magnet when you have the two magnets, right? And we're on the side, and every time you push it closer, the other one goes further away. That's what happens in your deprivation energy. But then when you have two magnets and you shift them to an abundance state or an abundance energy, right together. So that's how you get to it in an effortless way. That's how everything comes through in this very effortless manner. And it shifts you automatically, and you attract automatically everything that you need, everything that you're trying to manifest in your life. And so that's a really powerful space to be in. And that's how you shift it. It's just as simple as that. You literally do nothing, and you'll get everything in that space. So when we do this, what we're doing is, I want to explain a little bit about this real briefly, is that we're honoring the warrior within us. We're honoring those worries and those anxieties and those tensions that are coming up for us. And that's very important, because just like any shadow aspect, we want to honor those pieces. It's like the little kid. If you don't honor it, it's going to scream louder, and it's going to get more difficult, and it's going to create more worries and anxieties. Just like that little kid, right? They're tugging at your shirt. They're going, hey, hey, come on, can you pay attention to me? Hey. And when we stop and we pay attention to that little child, right, then they are quiet. We can address the need. And nobody has to go into those crazy spaces, and we don't run into the problems and the issues. But if we ignore that child that's tugging at our shirt, right, they're going, hey, hey, and then what happens? We keep ignoring them. They're like, hey! And the next thing you know, you have a screaming kid in the store, and everybody's staring at you, and they're thinking that you're totally abusing this child, right? Because kids are very good at that. They're very good at making themselves well known for you. And that's what our shadow does. So that's the aspect that we're looking at it. And when we address it, we then turn that inner child or that shadow into a source of power for us. And the challenges and the difficulties and what we're worrying about and what we're obsessing about and the addictions that we're having melt away, literally. They go into a state of peacefulness. They start to work for us, because the lessons are there, because we've opened the doors, because we've paid attention and we've listened to the need. And the way that we listen to the need is stopping and being still. It's stopping and being still. And that's a powerful thing. So there you go. How to get everything by doing absolutely nothing. Hey, this is Jessie Ann Nichols George, and I hope you'll check out some other videos that I've done along the way. Check out my show, Activating Compassion, in the midnight hour on Main Street Universe through Blog Talk Radio. And you can check out monthly specials and events I have going on, because we delve into all kinds of interesting topics like this at events that I do. And it's a powerful time. I've also got some great interviews out there that delve into some of these topics even more so. So check them out. You can do all of that on my webpage, Jessie Ann Nichols George, the number one.com. Take care, and I'll see you next month.